there everyone, my name is Matt, and we're going to play some Rebel Inc. today. This is a continuation of my weekly challenges series where every week Ndemic Creations releases a new normal difficulty challenge and a new brutal difficulty challenge, which has tactics and features that make it a little more difficult than the base game. I am going to open the brutal challenge, having never seen it before, analyze the tactics and features that make it a little bit more difficult, play through it, and hopefully win. I should note this is not really a new player-friendly series. You do need to have some familiarity with the game. At some point, I will be releasing a how-to-play Rebel Inc. series that will be tailor-made for you guys if you're a new player. So you'll find that link in the description down below when that time comes. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at the challenge and dive right in. Okay, here we are in the game. Let's go ahead and look at our new weekly challenges. Here we are, Operation Star Liberty. Let's take a look. So it looks like the map is Pistachio Forest, which can be challenging. Similar to Distant Steppe, it has a lot of remote regions that are kind of difficult to access. The difference is that they're not all in one place. They're all spread out throughout the board. So it's really important to make sure that you try to isolate the insurgents in one of them, and that can be a little bit of a challenge. Now, this can be helped by, it looks like we have the developmental director. I go really back and forth on her. I think she can be really good. She has her experts that allow her to really focus on one region first. But at the same time, it makes coalition soldiers a lot more expensive, which are a huge part of the game. So she definitely has some significant advantages and disadvantages. It also looks like the insurgents start with territory. This really depends on how good this is, really depends on where they are. If there's because the thing is, once you take them, it's helpful because you kind of it basically eliminates places where bases can be. But at the same time, if they take it back, then that means you will lose more reputation because it already counts as being retaken. We have one advisor who is the chef, it looks like, and that allows for longer deployments, which is great, especially with the developmental director, who coalition soldiers are more expensive anyway. It's better to be able to have them out for a little bit longer. Let's see what we got under map features. Coalition soldiers are weak but provide significantly stronger support to national soldiers. This is actually really important to keep track of. Normally, your coalition soldiers are a powerhouse. They can do whatever you want. Excuse me. This significantly weakens them, and you really got to be cautious with them about that. So we just need to make sure that everything is that they are only being used in the support role. So that means we're going to want to get our national soldiers out early. We start with an anti-corruption team, never a bad thing. The locals in this region have a significant concern to be addressed. That one's great because it means you can very effectively boost support once you see it, but it does really depend on what concern they have. And finally, main road initiatives become significantly more expensive. That one is a bit frustrating. Roads are really important, and in this one, I would argue that main roads are even more valuable than the highways. So that one's going to be a little bit of a thing to deal with. We have no player tactics to help us out, and the insurgents can't help each other and support each other in there. So if we really need to be careful of where we commit troops, and especially since our coalition soldiers are weaker, that means these guys are probably going to have a much more powerful start, and I'm not going to be able to beat them back quite as quickly. So I think what I'm going to want to do is they start with some territory, depending on where it is. I think I'm going to get the coalition soldiers, commit them to that territory, and then try to destroy a couple of camps. Now, if it's deep in like the mountains or something, I'm not going to be able to do that. But I think that there is value in attempting to, because that'll at least help me destroy one of their camps. This one might be a little tricky. There's a lot of things stacked against me, so let's dive in and see how it goes. Alright, Pepper Tree Thicket. I love how they renamed them. Okay, it must stabilize the region, and let's see. So the territory is here and here. So, this one should be pretty easy to get to, actually. It shouldn't be too much trouble. This one is a little buried, and this is not a bad place to kind of section it off. So I might leave this as is, or maybe take this one, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to hold that. So I think this one is priority, because that'll at least get rid of the insurgent territory on this side. I can make sure there's not a camp there. And then I think this one will be, I'll try to keep them sectioned off here. Usually I like to put my HQ here, because it's very central. I could put it here, so getting there is a little faster. But I think having a garrison protecting this, if I'm keeping them locked in this area with the river here, I think is the way to go. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this. We're going to grab Outreach Office. And how much more expensive are these? I think I'm going to grab this now. And I have enough to do that, and I should have enough to get the second level of it. Off to a good start. We'll just let the inflation go down a little. Usually like to be under 10 before I buy more things, which happens within, I don't know, 2 months or so. Yeah, usually around June. Okay, now we're good. Let's see. No one wants anything yet. Let's go ahead and... what do I want to do here? Let's wait for a minute. Kind of want to get corruption too, but let's go ahead and start rolling out our telecoms. Go slowly gathering our intel. Oh, tanks. Okay, awesome. So tanks are, I don't like to use tanks. They can't go everywhere on the board. They significantly cripple, or they make your soldiers not be able to go anywhere or support anybody. But they are good for an extra couple of bucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that as soon as it pops up. Don't know what people want yet. That's okay. Thing may I grab. I don't have quite enough for anti-corruption too. Alright, let's grab that now, and we'll go ahead and start rolling out. No one wants anything yet. Let's start on the first level of education. That rolls out fast. And now's about the time where I want to start saving. And I think it's also about the time where I'm going to start, where I'm going to grab my experts. And usually I commit them to the biggest city, but this is probably going to see a lot of fighting, so I'm going to send them up here. Okay. And do I want to get unofficial procurement yet? This will make it cost corruption, which I started with some corruption, so I think I'll do that. Or I started with some anti-corruption. So I'm in a little bit of a better position to deal with that. And I think... what do I want to do next? We're starting to get some education and jobs are what people are going for, so let's grab another education. And I want to make sure, I think the first level costs 12, the first soldier. I want to make sure I'm staying a little bit above that if I can. We also want, people want electricity, but those are in the remote zones. So I want to make sure I have enough to get that out as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead. I think now is the time to get effective procurement, because these guys are going to be ramping up corruption as well. Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and do that, and I want to get my national soldiers going as quickly as possible. Because this is going to be a very national soldier heavy game. And I should have enough to do it, and I do. Alright, no camp there, but they're going to be annoyed, which is fine. Alright, there's the camp. The question is, where is it? Yeah, it's going to anger them, that's fine. I am not sure which one of these it is. It could be over here. I don't see a question mark yet. So let's just go ahead and start collecting tanks. And we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, that's expected. That's fine. Okay, it's got to be one of these two then. Or one of these. So one of these four, I guess. Alright, definitely going to want to scrap the tanks. And already this is becoming a bit of a challenging game. Let's go ahead and put you... I don't want to tick off these people if I can avoid it. Let's go ahead and get out... let's start garrisons early. I think that'll be valuable in this game. Yep, that's a great place to put them. And this is... dirt roads, but it's rural, so I like to keep them out of there if possible. Again, my coalition soldier is going to be a little bit weaker, so I have to keep that in mind. This is far more important. I got to go there first. That is the biggest city in the game. I got to make sure we hold on to it. Alright, hopefully that'll be enough to push them back. They're going to attack up here. Yeah, I am being overwhelmed very early in the game. Let's go ahead. Do I have enough for a second coalition soldier? Not yet. I do have enough for a second national soldier, so let's go ahead and get that out. Yeah, it's going to be a little while, but that will help me in the long run. Get you down here. Yeah, they already have a lot of attack. A lot of capability. So I think, let's go ahead and get this early. I think this is going to be a very military-heavy game. So they are already taking their sweet time doing that. And I think I'm going to... Usually I don't do this early, but I think it's going to be valuable to get that and start getting their capability down as quickly as I can. There we go. Alright, that's going to push them back. And now I have them relatively contained. But I still don't have an answer for this guy yet, and they're attacking here again. Let's get him there. Hopefully that's enough to put you here. Always takes a minute to get deployed, and they are really gunning for it. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. I think I need airstrikes early. That'll help kill some of the insurgents, because they have taken a lot already. It has not taken long. And while this is going on, I do need to keep pushing. People want education, people want electricity, mostly want education, so let's keep that rolling out. Alright, let me get... Do I want you to be there? Do I want you to be there? Let's get you down there. And that should be enough to push him back. Okay, perfect. Let's try... That city will help. Let's honestly have them move this way and try to slowly make these guys stable, so that way I don't need to deal with it quite as much. That's a great place for a garrison to be. That's a really good place for a garrison to be. Okay. The question is, do I start pushing back? Maybe pushing these guys back is the way to go. I think I'm going to. Let's get you there, you there. And that should be enough to slowly start fighting them off. While that's going on, I think I need to get soldier number 3 out, because eventually I am going to be left with just soldiers. Let's do this. Now we're protecting that. That's good. Okay. Let's move you down here. If I can get an early victory there, it'll be worth losing some ground up here if it comes to it. And I think, yep, anti-corruption team's overwhelmed. That's probably from my experts. So let's go ahead and get more anti-corruption, which I can't afford yet, but I will be able to in a moment. Alright, there we go. Government's corruption. Alright. Slowly making progress. Let's go ahead and move you here. And still slowly making progress. How are you doing up here? And let's move you there. They can support across the river, really. That's interesting. And I don't have quite enough to invade and fully take this out yet. Okay, and Soldier Coalition is going to be over soon, which I'm not a fan of. I definitely need another Coalition soldier in here. So let's get one. And what I can do is put you here. I can push you down here. And allow me to push them into this corner, and then I can take them out there. Lack of stability is still giving me trouble, though. People want electricity. That's the big thing people want, so I'll buy them. Yeah, that's fine. Let them take it. Yep, I'm gonna lose you. Let's let him fight them off first. I think he'll be able to do it. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Okay, let's get you here. And these things combined, I should be able to take everything. Okay, we're gonna send them home now that the battle is over. Yep, I gotcha. Alright, that helps. Yep, I'm losing up there, but if I can take out all these guys, it won't matter. Okay. They're leaving. I can bring him up here, and that should be enough to finish the job. Alright, that's huge. That's a huge thing to have done. Okay. Now I can focus on, I think, let's go ahead and grab that, and that should help with stability. Yep, I know it is. They were invading very, very quickly. Garrison's a good thing to build there. Yep, I know they do. Let's get you going. And let's slowly start moving up this way. There we go. I might lose that garrison. I really hope I don't, but I might not have a choice. How are you doing here? You're almost there. And you're there. Perfect. Let's get you going on a city. Slowly finish that one off. And lack of stability is still... It's not my biggest one, but it's up there. Let's get you up here, because you're about to attack there. I don't want you to attack there. That's a pretty major city. Yep, there we go. And we're slowly pushing them back. We're doing okay, all things considered. Reputation's a little lower. That's a problem. That's a big one. Let's move... Can you fight them off yourself? I don't think you can. Let's move you out of the way and move you over here. And I think we're going to have to go for universal justice to make that a little bit more powerful, to get myself a little bit more rep. Okay, got that back. Okay, good. That's okay. They're going to attack again, so let's leave them where it is. And I need to get electricity. That's the big one people want. I have enough to get it. Let's get it and roll it out. Starting these guys, let's threaten, gain some reputation. They have so much capability. I need my foreign relations to kick in. Their capability is 500% plus. Let's move you back over to this city. There we go. Okay, good. We don't need to move you to the city anymore. That's gonna be good. Let's keep you going. Let's get you going down here, because I think this one's closer to popping, I guess. Okay. I've got them relatively contained, so what I really need to do is focus on my reputation. Once I get reputation going, that'll be helpful. There we go. Getting more stability. Let's move you back over here. Keep losing that very quickly, and I don't like it. I think I need to get the second level of, okay, lack of stability is not an issue anymore. Corruption and insurgent activity are the two big issues, so I'm gonna go for military. Let's see if I move them there. Let's do this. I think I can do that and push them that way. And that will keep them contained. Alright, I knew that was coming sooner or later. Give it a sec. See if this one can fight him off on his own. I really don't want to spend the cash, but that's a little higher, and I'm low on reps, so I think I kind of need to. Excuse me. Okay, that's good. Again, slowly taking out these zones over here so that they're no longer issues. And I think the next thing I need to do is boost my, boost my national soldiers. There we go. Finally. It's already at 100. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well that means every time that hits, it's gonna go fast. Alright, great. Where do I want to go now? Let's put you here. Let's go ahead and do this and this. And if I can just keep them contained in this one area, which again, another base might pop up, but for now I'm in good shape. Let's go ahead and get our last soldier going, because that's going to take a while. Thing is, I want to upgrade them, but the upgrades are roll out instantly. The soldiers take some time, so I really need to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do. All right, I need to start stabilizing more zones. People want jobs. Let's go ahead and... Do I want to upgrade my military first? There's a bunch of things I need to buy, and I don't have enough money to do everything. So let's, I think... Well, and that's going to take some money, but that's the right call, I think. Okay, cool. Alright, and I think let's leave it like that and let them slowly, and now they're kind of contained. And I'll get to destroy a base, which is awesome. Okay, cool. That's good news. I think the next step is corruption is the thing that's causing me the most reputation loss, and that is impacting my support level. So I think I'm going to get anti-corruption 4. And I know eventually I'm going to need to deal with these guys, with losing my coalition soldier. But for now, I'm okay. Alright, let's get that going. Maybe you need a hand. Let's get you down there. This coalition soldier, I just gotta keep him bouncing back and forth as a support role. Okay, cool. They're attacking up there. Let's kick them back up here. Keep them on the move. And I think getting jobs is important. I really got to get this city going. This city stable. Uh-oh. I see a problem brewing. We're going to go down there. See if I can destroy it in time. I don't want an air force to take it out if I can avoid it. Let's get you up here. Let's get you over here. And let's buy that. Okay, it's a good place for that to be. I think I need to get the upgrade for my national soldiers that makes them move a little more quickly, because this is just a little slow. Alright, good. This should be just in time to kill it before it spawns anything. And... done. Crisis averted. Alright, cool. Let's get you back over here. They're still gonna delay talks. I need the reputation, though, so let's go ahead and threaten. And I do have them more or less contained. I just really got to keep an eye out for any... camps that pop up and keep them all contained. I think getting some... I think get starting on jobs is the way to go. Let's go ahead and do development bank and remote subsidies. That'll help with support. Alright, this one, usually I like to embed coalition soldiers if I have the option. I don't this time, so I'm going to need to increase pay, which means I need to wait for the money, which I now have. Cool. Now my coalition soldiers are a little stronger. Certainly not a bad thing. Alright, and in this way, I'm getting with this. This is a good use of the experts, actually, because I'm just getting this entire area ready to go. I want to get this one to pop, so let's go ahead and I've got two options. Yeah, you're going to go home. Let's wait for the battle to be over, but now I can send you home. I definitely don't want to keep you around if I can avoid it, which I can. So what else is popping up? Subtle pressure. We're not quite there for accusation, for a public accusation yet. I'll go ahead and send you home. And those two protect each other. This guy's got multiple garrisons, though, so let's get you up here. I see another camp. Alright, we gotta take that out if I can. It's right there. I don't know if you see it. National Surge, get 2 extra coalition units. I think let's do the coalition surge. Let's do that. I think I have enough to make things work. But, okay, I know my deadline is October 2014, and then I lose all coalition. So, I think there's a couple things I want to buy. I think I want to do this. And what I think I'm going to do is start moving this way. And I'm just going to try to take out this whole area, and then I can worry about everything else. Let's move you here, move you here, and I'll send you back there and move you here. And the reason I'm doing that is, again, these guys have this support network where they will support each other, which normally they don't do. Making them all fighting means none of them can support each other. And I want you to kill this guy before the airstrike does, because if the airstrike does, I'm going to lose it. There we go. Good. Alright, making lots of progress. This should be a good push. Okay. We're in good shape. What else do we have? What do people want? People still want jobs. But I also need to make these guys a little bit more powerful. Let's go ahead and do remote outreach, I think, is the way to go. Alright, they're all sending their way up there, which I expected them to take them out, but I guess not. And that guy's not going to be able to do what... that guy's not going to be able to pull it off there. Let's switch these ones out and give him more support there. I think I also want that. Subtle pressure. Let's do that. How'd you get over there? Okay, we'll deal with you in a minute. Let's take out these guys first, if I can. Okay, Garrison's gonna help with all that. Let's get you up here. See if I can trap him in time. If not, I can always do it in the next one. Okay, so let's put you here. And no chance of insurgents refusing talks. We'll start the peace talks. Alright, we got a base. That's good. Now's the time, I think, to buy some drones. The reason it took me so long to buy drones was I wanted to make sure that, whenever the airstrikes take out a base, you automatically get more insurgents. Based on real life. If you see an airstrike blow up your family, you're going to join the insurgents immediately. So we don't want that. So, now we got this. I'm very close. I'm about 6 months out from my deadline, and I think I'm in good shape here. There we go. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's go ahead, Insurgents Band. Alright, let's keep it going. Let her ride. Getting lots of them. Perfect. Lots of them popping. That's what we want. Move you out of the way and move you up here. Don't see where he's scanning. He's scanning there, which we don't really need. Let's go ahead and imprison all insurgent leaders. They have a lot of capability, but no fighters as far as I know of, which is good. So if I can just blast through the peace talks. Oh, there they are. I knew it. Oh, and the base is right there. It's the one that isn't stable yet. Okay. Gotta move you out of the way. Let's send you over here. And let's send this guy down here to take out that camp. And I think now's the time to do this. We'll do... Is publicly accused enough? Let's do subtle pressure. I'm not in an immediate threat right now. Though I did know that was an error. I'm about to lose all of my coalition soldiers, so I'll just do that. And now I need to actually worry about this type of thing. Let's send you here to keep him trapped. Yep, aware of that. Yep, now they go away, which I knew was coming, so that's fine. Alright, now we'll send you over here. Hopefully that'll be enough to take care of the problem. Alright, let's go ahead. Insurgents hand in all weapons. You're not really doing anything here. Let's put you here. I guess you're blocking that from building another camp. Let's go ahead. My reputation is in pretty good shape now. We're at the point where I think we're okay at this point. Let's get some more remote roads going, some more dirt tracks. I think I've done a pretty good job of keeping them bouncing around. Of making sure that I'm keeping an eye on where the camps are, all that good stuff. Got another one. Okay. It's just about getting out these last few remaining, what do you call it? The last few remaining, let's go ahead and do full reform, get some extra rep. The last few remaining remote zones, I think, is the biggest thing. Alright. Let's go ahead and send you over here. Let's do that. Okay, gotta do that. I officially have run out of time for that. So let's go ahead. I am guessing the camp is here. I am absolutely right, the camp is here, which means you're going to move. And I want you to get up there as quickly as possible. I have not gotten that yet. I need to start. Yep, that sounds about right. And we'll take those guys out, then we'll move them down. You're all done, which means we can send you here to push them in. I don't want to take that one yet, because that one I'll lose a lot more reputation if I lose it. And I'll say about this challenge, it's keeping me on my toes till the very end. Let's go ahead and get number 3. Upgrade number 3. Alright, take out that camp, leave this guy here until the camp is done. Where are they attacking? We're spawning here, because they have a lot of capabilities still. Alright, I don't really have a use for you anymore, so now's the point where I just keep them moving back and forth constantly across the, okay. This is where I just keep them moving back and forth constantly across the game board to make sure that, we don't lose, that we don't gain more, corruption or reputation. Alright, yeah, because that one's all done, and now you can come join the fighting over here. Let's go ahead and tighten rules. I usually like to tighten rules once, it just lowers the risk a little bit. Alright, we are going to demand concessions, because I'm going to lose a lot of reputation if I don't take care of that now. We are also going to grab, where are you? That, and that should help us, at least with this zone. Okay. Push them out of the way. I want you to not be there right now, because if you are there, if you get there in time, then that'll push them the wrong way, and I don't want that. I need you to keep moving. Let's actually send you all the way up there. And I think I will go ahead and give you a little bit faster movements. And I think we're at the point where we can get some democracy going, because we all love democracy. Okay. Because we're getting to that point in the game. I really don't like how long... That's why it's taken so long for him to travel there. Because he's moving... Whenever you change movement halfway through, it like, resets it. Whereas that guy went right away, and he was deep in the mountains. So that's part of why. So now we can move you up here. It'll be a little faster. And then they'll all be in the area I need them to be. We have a base there. I don't want there to be a base there. Let's go ahead and plan elections. And we will wait for him to get there and then move him here instead. Or we'll move him here, actually. And now, let's get you up there to take out that camp. We will apologize again. It's just these few remaining zones that I need to take out. I think I'm going to move you here. And I got the garrisons, which will help wall it off to push him down where he needs to go. And we've got subtle pressure, publicly accused. Let's publicly accuse. There we go. That should help. Wow, 200%. They have wild amounts of capability in this particular game. Let's do rollout there. I just need to get those remote zones to stabilize. We're going to have to demand the concessions again. I don't like to reject deal altogether, because sometimes camps will pop up in places where you really don't want to, like already stabilized zones, excuse me. All right, now I think we're at the point. That one's almost done. We got a garrison there. That's fantastic. So let's send you here, and we'll put the expert there. Let's demand concessions. And that's why. Okay, we gotta move him out of the way. As soon as this is done, I can move this guy up here and cover both of these zones without it being a problem. Let's get some more security. A little bit more protection going on here. And I think this should be it. I think this should be the last battle. Okay, that one's done. Now you don't do anything anymore, so we'll move you out of the way. Let's go ahead and prepare land. Whenever you get these at this stage in the game, I got plenty of money and very little to spend it on, so just gaining reputation is the way to go. Let's go ahead and we'll give him healthcare and water, just because I like healthcare and sanitation. I think those are generally good things in the world. All right, let's wait for him to destroy this, and then I will go ahead and agree to the peace deal, and then we'll be good to go. 2 years after the coalition pulled out, give or take, year and a half. I hear gunshots. Where are they? Oh, I guess not. Okay, agree. All done. Perfect. All right, cool. That's what we wanted. We got 3, 2, 2. Where are you? 2, 1, and done. And the refugees are rehoused. Perfect ending. And elections due to be held. Okay, great. Looks like this region is well on the way to democracy. Awesome. This one was a bit of a challenge, I got to admit. There was a point where I cleared over the hump, but I definitely thought I was going to lose for a little while there. I mean, let's look at the stats. My reputation in particular, it was in the toilet at a certain point. Only about this time was I starting to get enough stable zones that it diminished. But the corruption started to taper off as well, but the insurgents were keeping me on my toes basically till the very end. And by this point, I had enough reputation that I was fine, but it was going to be tight. I mean, the insurgents, they were just strong the entire time. They started fast. As soon as, right out the gate, they started fast, and I just could not keep them down. This looks like when I cleared out the corner that was in the bottom right, and then this is when I cleared them out in the end. But yeah, that was certainly not an easy one, but we made it through. We pulled it out, which is what we want to do, and I'm glad we made it to the end. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm always here doing Rebel Inc. videos, so if you liked what you saw tonight, you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day.